I am a bit concerned about certain pronouncements that I have seen in sections of the media today coming from the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury, the Honorable Mbadi. He has made extremely prejudicial statements to this process. And I wanted to know, is the mediation on the Division of Revenue Act happening in Parliament or in the Executive? Because it is not possible for us to sit here as members of the National Assembly and the Senate to undertake this constitutional process, and yet we have a Cabinet Secretary in charge of Treasury speaking in terms that are final, saying that he cannot add counties a single cent, and he's speaking as if the money is his personal money. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, under the doctrine of separation of powers, we have three arms of government. We have Parliament, we have the Executive, and we have the Judiciary. The separation of powers requires that when a process is domiciled or is in the hands of one of those organs or one of those branches of government, the rest must down their tools until that process is complete. It is the same reason why we have in our standing orders the rule against sub judice, that if a matter is before the Parliament allows the courts to complete that process before we can dip our hands in it. The same manner, when we were doing the impeachment of the Deputy President, the courts kept out until the process was complete. We as a committee must pronounce ourselves on the position that is being taken by members of the Executive on a matter that is actively before this House. And Honorable Chair, for me, I have disclosed to you as an elder that I am very impatient, that I don't like to engage in processes when those processes are processes in futility, that there is another place where those conversations are being had, and that it doesn't matter the sort of, the co-chair there referred to the talent in the room. If this talent in the room here is not the one that is responsible for unlocking this impasse, then there is no point for us to continue. And lastly, Honorable Chair, allow me to speak in my other capacity as SG of ODM. I know that certain pronouncements have been made by my party leader on this question of the division of revenue. He has his right to speak. He is not bound by the doctrine of separation of powers like the Honorable Mbadi. But if there was any doubt in anybody's mind where the cabinet secretaries who came from ODM, where their allegiances lie, you can see cabinet secretaries who originated from ODM taking diametrically opposite positions from the party. So that when we tell you people that we are not part of this government and you doubt us, here is your evidence.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Point of order, Chair.
Thank you, SG. Thank you, SG. Through you, Chair.
Point of order. Point of order, Chair. Point of order. I don't know. We have that capacity to also.
He has just finished. You want to contribute?
Yeah. Of course, from what Honorable Senator Sifuna said, maybe you can first assure us that we are in the right meeting. That this meeting is not about ODM. It is not about the declaration that have been done there. As far much as I am sure is that the party leader of ODM nowadays should be Governor Nyong'o. And the comments were actually given by Baba, who is contesting for the AU chairmanship. So can you also confirm who is the actual party leader of ODM?
Chair.
Dr.
Chair, I think he does not speak for the party. Whoever speaks for the party is Senator Sifuna. And he has clarified and put it very clear. I just wish to amplify and continue on the same line. And Baba has been explicitly clear that ODM is not part and parcel of the Kenya Kwanza government. I don't want to go on the record. But we just want to make it very clear. We are here as independent members of parliament. We are not bound by any statement made outside this room. It's us to negotiate and agree on the way forward. We are not influenced by any other external directives.
Given the eloquence, especially of Senator Sifuna, and the interjections from other members which are equally eloquent, you might think Honorable Badi actually moved the Indian Ocean. I want to request that we downplay that matter for today so that we make progress. And for avoidance of doubt, members who are from the budget committee, we have come to appreciate that budget, the one that like we are making, because you're already making a budget here, the Rudora, is that is the budget on paper. The real budget is money called exchequer. And that exchequer, however much we would want to show that we wield power, it again is prerogative of the National Treasury. So how we've been working, especially in budget, is that we've been working in a manner that is very collaborative. So that as the government runs its program, we are also part and parcel of it. As we make laws, even budget is a law, they are also part and parcel. Because we rely on each other. When we make a budget, Honorable SIFUNA, for example, last year, 218 billion was not released. It was not our prerogative to know what gets released. So when a CS talks, he talks on the high side of the real availability of money, other than only the budgeted one. So I highly request that we permit them that flexibility, because he sits at the table that decides. And in the long run, whether we want to brush it off or not, the National Treasury is very pivotal in terms of budget making, in terms of DORA, and in terms of CARA.
Okay, thank you very much. I think...
and by the way, so that we are on the same page on that, because you're likely to see many more things happening. Looking at the last mediations, if you check, Chair, these kind of talks have not actually gone beyond National Treasury, even to the level of presidency in the past. Because sometimes it's good to be practical. That even as we make budgets, like the way we do with Honorable Makali Molu, the truth of the matter is that the ultimate bearer of the vision of the country is the president and the presidency. That's the truth of the matter. So
we're losing our...
Let me finish. So all I'm saying is that if you check the last mediations, Honorable Senator, you see that this kind of mediations have even, not this one, some have actually been done through lobbying in the State House itself, not this current regime. I'm just trying to say that this is not peculiar.
Point of order, Chair.
You know, Chair, I understand what your co-chair is saying, but there are things that you will understand from our perspective are just unacceptable. It doesn't matter what you tell us about practicality. There are things that are simply unacceptable to me as a person who understands the Constitution and who believes in the purity of the doctrine of separation of powers. We as Parliament should not be the ones ceding power that is vested in Parliament to other organs of state. It cannot be possible that a cabinet secretary for treasury is the one telling us that the only money he can give county governments is 380. Then what is the role of Parliament? We should dissolve Parliament, let Mbadi make all the decisions he wants to make on the money that he wants to send wherever. What is the point of us sitting here? And Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, at least for you, you have the luxury of being invited to State House. I am persona non grata at State House. I'm not going to go to State House. To do what? I personally believe that even as members of Parliament, you being summoned to State House, you are subserving yourselves to an institution that you observe and oversight. You will never see me in State House being summoned by the President. To do what? He will come tomorrow to Parliament because you are his oversighters. You cannot be the one saying, oh, the budget is prepared by the President. He is not a member of the budget committee. I didn't know these things because you know me, I only know opposition. Now, clearly you are telling us that as a member of the National Assembly, just let me finish. I thought you said we have to finish.
But we have a right to raise point of order. Because when the trajectory goes to somewhere else.
Honorable Chair, you know you are the one who guided us on the rules. That when somebody is on the mic, it doesn't matter how painful the things they are saying are. You just take it like a man, and then you'll get the opportunity to say. But it could be that because I have never been in government, I don't know this animal called government, I could be ignorant to some of the things that Ndindi is saying. But but I cannot accept the position that we are going to negotiate division of revenue in State House. That is not going to happen. If we have been given the constitutional mandate as Parliament, let us do our job. Let us execute our mandate. That's what the people expect. If there are other adjustments to be made elsewhere, then it can be made. But Chair, for you to tell us that it doesn't matter what we say or do in this committee, that it will be determined at State House, a place where Sifuna cannot go, or at Treasury, where I don't even visit. I don't visit those ministries. My work, the people of Nairobi send me to do in this room, in this building. So you should tell me, because I can just walk out. Yeah.